again today with the 135i. We've spoken in a previous vlog about coming down to EBC. The disc and pads have been fitted for probably about 150 miles. We took it to the Autosport show and drove it back, and then the weather's just been horrendous. So we haven't had a chance to come back down to see EBC.
On your race tyres as well.
Oh no, we just made it here. The roads are pretty bad. You'd have seen Adam in a previous vlog when we come up across and spoke about the GTR. I'll link that below. So he's a familiar one with the Motech. So he's now going to introduce us to what's been done to the car. New modifications, new products that are coming out as well, which are behind you for M3, M4s and M2s, and just have a general look and make sure that, because obviously this was a development set, make sure the disc and pads are all good. So we'll take it up to you.
Yeah, just have a look at the brake setup and stuff. So yeah, welcome to the EBC Brakes Centre of Excellence. So we're here in our kind of research and development facility here at EBC, so it's great for us. We can get the cars in, up on the ramp. We do a lot of measurement for big brake kits here, for our SG2F floating disc. And obviously just for pad development as well, so it's great, we've got all the tools, we can get the cars up on the ramp, have a little look, see what's changed if anything. On this particular vehicle actually the front pads are the same as the BMW i8, so it's the same front pad as the BMW i8, the rears are new, so we're working on introducing those and manufacturing some back plates and new tools for that. But the front pad is from an i8, which is pretty cool. Nice thing for that is obviously we already have it in the range, so we could get someone fairly quick. The rears were a bit more of a trouble for us, but we managed to get a development set made up by kind of rapid prototyping methods. But rears should be available in a couple of months from now, to be honest, so you know, we're probably a couple of months early, but fairly soon we'll have all of these parts, pads and discs, front and rear, available for this model.
Yeah, so we'll talk about obviously the pads, and we'll also do another vlog in a few weeks time when I can get to some miles. But as far the car brakes nice, haven't been able to bed them in.
Yeah, barely 150 miles, you barely
bedded them in.
Yeah. They'll be seated on the disc, but really in terms, you need to now take them through a couple of heat cycles to burn off any volatiles left in the pad.
And about 400 to 500 miles, is that correct?
Yeah,
and obviously go through some heat cycles as well.
We wanted to get this video before you put them through too many heat cycles.
Yeah,
so obviously
exactly.
We can show the pads what they're going to look like as new, and obviously then if you start going hard, everything starts to get a bit dusty, doesn't it? And it makes it difficult for us to see it all on the camera. But
exactly, we wanted to get it back fairly quickly, just to make sure that obviously everything is fine, especially with the rears, because they are a development set, and make sure that the fronts are all good as well. So what's interesting, we've still got the original pads, so we'll put that next to the EBC just to see a difference, because there's quite a bit of difference on the surface area, I think, isn't there?
Friction material volume has changed. I don't know if you want me to show you. I mean, we just pop one of the front pads out of the car. I can show you here. So it's you can see the original to your left, the EBC pad to your right. So the original has these large grooves, kind of sections machined out the side of it. So obviously that's reducing your pad volume. So the pad's going to wear faster. There's less friction material to wear there. So you should see about a 10 to 20% increase in life with the EBC pad, purely from the fact that there is an increased amount of pad volume there. But also,
that's quite a big bit of difference actually if you look at the two there. That's
I mean it's 3/4 of an inch of the pad just machined away, and BMW would have done that for noise. So on these kind of performance brake setups here with a 4-piston caliper, sometimes what they find is they have some trouble with noise. EBC, what we actually do is we work on our materials to inherently eliminate the noise through friction material development. Obviously that's a time-consuming way of doing it. It's actually much easier just to get a kind of grinder and just make a slot in the pad. But we've obviously worked on our materials now for about 35 years. We've been working on our pad materials, so you know we've kind of found ways to adapt the material itself so it doesn't make noise, which is why we don't have these kind of same grooves on.
No, exactly. You can see the groove there to help get rid of the heat as well.
Yeah, there's a groove in the middle which just helps the pad to seat and run flush against the disc. Obviously this pad doesn't have that, but yeah, there's a slot for the wear indicator as well, so obviously you don't have to get rid of the wear sensors by changing to EBC, so the pad literally is exactly the same fitment as OE, goes in the caliper the same. The wear indicator, wear sensor will fit there just the same as the OE pad, so it's literally a straight like for like swap.
Yeah, perfect.
And obviously EBC pads are all R90 approved as well, which is an important thing because some pads that people are using out there aren't R90 approved, which means that inside Europe you shouldn't actually be using that on the road, or you should declare it to your insurers. And if you declare to your insurers you're using a non-road legal pad on the road, they'll invalidate your insurance straight away. So the good thing about yellow stuff, and actually blue stuff recently as well from EBC, which is kind of the one up from yellow, which is a bit more track focused. Both of those materials now are R90 approved, so they're totally road legal to use on the road, which is great.
So definitely an M4 that's been tuned, running 500 plus horsepower should be on a blue pad.
It's really more where you're going to spend more of your time. So if you're going to spend more of your time on the street, I'd recommend yellow stuff.
Yep.
If you're going to spend more of your time on the track, you're looking for that extra bit of performance, then blue stuff.
Yep.
The trade-off between the two is obviously blue stuff, kind of classic, is you're going to get a bit more dust,
Yep.
And you potentially could get some brake noise in certain situations. Although I run blue stuff on a lot of my road cars, and I personally don't find that they're noisy at all. Very rarely you get a very small squeak first thing in the morning, but it goes as soon as the pads warm up. But obviously we have to tell people that and be totally honest with them, because if you're looking for a quieter and less dusty pad, yellow stuff is definitely the right choice.
That's a better one for this one. I don't like cleaning wheels.
No, you don't want to. Nobody likes cleaning wheels. So
Exactly, yeah.
It's extra performance, less cleaning of the wheels. It's all good stuff. So
Exactly. And we've also changed the disc on this. If I bring Jay round, we'll be able to see the disc. If you could explain to him what we just caught off of camera about the vanes.
Yes, so actually this is this car fitted as standard has a curved vane disc, which is what EBC has replicated. Obviously, we need to make sure that we're kind of following the performance of the OE parts as closely as we can. The reason why people go to a curved vane disc, and this is quite unusual to find on a road car, is it improves the efficiency of the disc at cooling. So it kind of gives the disc a bit more thermal endurance. It works like a centrifugal pump. Right. So a lot of cars have straight vanes. The predominant reason from a guy who makes brakes is the reason why people do that is you only need one tool. It's a cost thing. So you've only got one tooling. If you make your disc curved, then you make your disc handed. You've got a left hand and a right hand tool. So it basically doubles your tooling cost.
Yeah.
So a lot of manufacturers. Even on performance vehicles, actually, they have a right-handed disc, if you like, but the same disc goes on the left hand of the vehicle. So the curved vanes are actually going in the opposite direction. But on this car, BMW have gone to the time and effort to make the disc handed, so the curved vanes are rotating in the right direction.
So we should definitely replicate that.
Which is what we're doing, and it's definitely the better way of doing it. So I was quite impressed with that. Obviously, EBC has followed the same thing here with our disc. It's quite a large disc. It's even larger than the previous model, the M140i.
Yeah, it's a decent brake setup actually.
So I mean, it's quite a beefy brake setup, a generously sized disc, a nice wide pad area. So you would expect this system to have fairly good endurance, especially with like a performance pad. Yeah. And I would say even for quite hard road driving, even with vehicles that have been kind of moderately tuned, you should be okay with just a really nice set of pads. And then the other thing that I'd probably recommend to change, which we'll work on for this vehicle, is a set of braided brake lines. Yeah. Because braided brake lines, people always say, what's your best value upgrade? I mean, brake lines, they're about 80-90 quid. They all come with a lifetime warranty. They never go wrong. They're all stainless steel ends, so they never rust or corrode or anything. And it's just going to give you that more precise, better feel on the brake pedal immediately. Yeah. So bleeding through fresh kind of high performance fluid and braided lines, as well as a set of uprated pads, and then obviously groove discs if you're looking for that extra final bit of performance, and also the aesthetics as well. Yeah. That's going to be a really nice setup for even modified cars on the road.
So that's the setup we're going for then?
That's what we're going for here. Yeah, that's what we've got here.
And they're looking alright so far?
Yeah, they're looking great. I mean, they've not done a lot of mileage, obviously.
No, so far I've done it all.
And not done a lot of hard miles as well. No. I think from now, really, just start to put some heat into the yellow pads. Yeah. Just to kind of the first time you show the pads a bit of heat, you can expect to get a slight amount of brake fade. Yeah. Then when you allow the pads to cool, so drive maybe 5 or so miles off brake, minimal brake usage to allow everything to cool. The next time you bring the brakes back up to temperature, they'll have seen that temperature before and they'll be conditioned for it. Okay. And then you won't get any fade. So that's kind of the bedding in process. So you got to, pads are only new once, which is a good thing. After you've gone through that process, from then on for the rest of the pad life, your next 15, 20,000 miles, even more if you're not slashing them, then you're going to get the used performance, which
interesting to know. Yeah, I mean, I've run EBC's yellow stuff on most of my cars. E92 M3 with them on, the M2 had them on as well, and now on this. I just wish it was slightly better weather so we could put it for some, a bit more of a pressure.
Well, that's it. We're in January still.
Yeah, so still. Fingers crossed. But we are planning to take it on track as well, so we should see.
Excellent. Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see how you get on with that.
Yeah, definitely.